Food is good, fruit is better, kiwi fruit is the best. This is a story about kiwis. But before we move on, we need to talk about section 61 first. The ground to oppose a trademark registration based on geographical identification. If you're registering a trademark for a good, you need to be careful. You definitely don't want it to be opposed by someone on the ground given under section 61 subsection 1, just because it contains a sign or wording that can confuse people about the whereabouts of this good's origin. As promised, here comes our Kiwi friend, Mr. Kiwi. He wants to register a trademark called Mr. Kiwi. Can he actually do it? Let's assume Mr. Kiwi came into existence and grew up in New Zealand. The word Kiwi also means New Zealand. This would be his first defense, because he's originated from New Zealand. Mr. Kiwi's second defense would be that the word Kiwi no longer represents New Zealand, or it has never represented New Zealand. Although we may not accept it because we still call the New Zealand rugby team the Kiwis. Mr. Kiwi's third defense would be that he's using the name in good faith. Well, we may give it to him because it's actually his name. The fourth defense under the Act is just for wines. So if Mr. Kiwi is selling homemade wines, he probably would succeed because his home is in New Zealand. Now, what if Mr. Kiwi is Aussie? Will the things change? The fifth and the sixth defense may apply. The fifth of sixth defense only applies to Mr. Kiwi if he does not want to deceive or confuse the member of the public that he's from New Zealand. Mr. Kiwi can be successful under the fifth defense if he can argue Kiwi can mean Aussie too. Well, let's say that in the preamble of the Australian Constitution, New Zealand was to be part of Australia. Mr. Kiwi's last defense would be the word Kiwi is a common English word. Well, Kiwi can mean a bird, a fruit, a country, and a person. So, yes, he may be right. In the end, Mr. Kiwi went home with the trademark Mr. Kiwi. But we don't know which defense he actually used. We may want to know which home he's gone back to so that we can have more info.